conference will now be recorded.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, everyone, for coming to the meeting tonight. In compliance with the executive order the governor has put out, I'll ask Christy to read that executive order and be sure that we all understand what's going on. Christy?
With no objection from any of the members of the board, we'll declare that it is a necessity to hold this meeting electronically due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which is in accordance with the original executive order 16 issued by Governor Lee and extended by executive order number 74.
Thank you, Christy. Again, I would ask everyone to remember, look at your mute button so that we don't get any feedback. At this time, I will call roll. I will ask you to indicate that you're present and that you can hear this meeting. I'm doing it in alphabetical order. So the first one is Rogers Anderson. That's me. I'm here. I can hear. Next one, Sam Bastian. The next one, Charlie Beecham.
Here.
Thank you, Charlie. Next one is Cindy Howes.
Present.
Thank you, Cindy. The next one is Kathy Montgomery.
Montgomery here.
Thank you. Next one is Martin Myers.
Martin Myers here.
Thank you. Next one is Dr. Gary Owens.
Gary's here.
Thank you, Gary. Next one is Dr. Stillwell.
Yeah, Stillwell's here.
Thank you with your headset. The next one is Mandy Thompson, who indicated that she could not make it, but we'll give her a chance. Maybe she did get in. Mandy Thompson. And the final one is Rhonda Watson. Rhonda, are you here?
Rhonda Watson here.
Thank you. We have a quorum. Brian, I'm going to let you kind of take us through. First item I did approval of the minute. I'll go ahead and do that, and then for the next items, if I need to jump in. So the first order approval of the minutes were sent out in separate cover. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
I'd like to move to accept.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Yeah, second.
Thank you. We have a proper motion and second to accept minutes. In order to comply with the executive order, I'm going to reverse the question. Anyone that does not approve of the minutes signify by saying your name and you disapprove. Otherwise, I'll assume that everyone is okay with the minutes being approved. Good. Is that okay, Christy? I know you're kind of worried about that, but everybody's agreed. So
That's probably fine for the minutes, but for the action items, I'd rather take a roll call vote.
we'll do those on the action items for sure.
Thank you.
Okay, Brian.
Yes, sir. So
I'm
the
sorry,
second
can I
item,
get who motion? Who did the first motion to approve the minutes?
I think it was Gary Owens.
It was B.
Okay, thank you.
all right. So the second item on the agenda is the proposed operating budget 2021-22 for the Williamson County Health Department. Kathy, would you like to speak about your proposed budget?
Yes, Brian. Just to let everyone know that we have attached a copy of our budget as well as a report for the number of programs and services that we've provided for 2020, in addition to all of the COVID operations that we've done. I'll also say that the only thing that is not reflected on our budget is are the personnel costs. I mean, I did not have an opportunity to go ahead and add in the additional 2% if that gets approved, or excuse me, 4% if that gets approved by county commission. So that's the only thing that has been updated in the budget, but every other part has. I'll be happy to entertain any questions.
Thank you, Kathy. Brian, let me interject. Somebody's got their mic up. Someone's got their mic. There you go. Thank you. So Kathy's budget, along with the other budgets have come before me, as the mayor of the county. We have reviewed those. The current situation is we are proposing a 4% pay raise for all of our employees this year. If the commission approves that, then Nina will handle that on a personnel level at her level from the budget side. But Kathy is correct. All the other items have been reviewed. So at that time, if there's no questions, I will ask for a motion to accept Kathy's budget at the Public Health Department.
Cindy House, so moves.
Thank you, Cindy. Do I have a second?
Gary Owens, second.
Thank you, Dr. Owens. Are there questions in regards to Kathy's budget? I don't see any hands shooting up, so we'll start off with the roll call and give you an opportunity to vote on this. The first one in order, again, is me. I approve. Dr. Sam Bastian. We'll move on. Dr. Charlie Beecham.
Approve.
Thank you, Charlie. Cindy Howes.
Approved.
Thank you. Kathy.
Approved. And I'm sorry, Mayor. I accidentally dropped the call. So if anyone had any questions, I'm happy to answer anything.
Thank you. Martin Myers.
Myers, approved.
Thank you. Gary Owens.
Gary Owen, approve.
Thank you. C.A. Stilwell.
EA Stillwell, approve.
Thank you, Doctor. Mandy Thompson. Show her as absent. And Rhonda Watson.
Rhonda Watson, approved.
Thank you. Let the minutes reflect that the item number was approved unanimously by the attending board members. Brian, would you take us to the second item, please?
Yes, sir. So the third item on the agenda is the proposed operating budget for 2021, 2022 for the Department of Sewage Disposal Management. And so that's our budget. So I will let y'all know that we've submitted our operating budget. We met the guidelines set forth to us. There's been no increases or decreases in our overall budget. We had one little transfer between line items, just had a little surplus in one line item and needed a little bit more in another. So we made a slight adjustment there, but everything falls in line with the guidelines from the budget committee. I'd be happy to answer any questions if anyone has any.
Thank you, Brian. Let me get it up on the floor first to see if there are any questions. Do I have a motion to accept the sewage budget?
Cindy House moves.
Thank you, Cindy. Do I have a second?
Martin Myers, second.
Thank you, Martin. Now, are there any questions to the department's budget? I don't see anyone, so we'll do roll call again. Rogers Anderson, that's me. I approve. Next, Dr. Sam Bastian. Next is Dr. Charlie Beecham.
Charlie Beecham, approve.
Thank you. Next is Cindy Howes.
Cindy House approves.
Thank you. Kathy Montgomery.
Montgomery, approved.
Thank you, Kathy. The next is Martin Myers.
Myers, approved.
Thank you. Dr. Gary Owens.
Gary Owen, approve.
Thank you. Dr. Stillwell.
EA Stillwell, approve.
Thank you. Mandy Thompson. Show her as absent. And finally, Rhonda Watson.
Rhonda Watson, approved.
Thank you. Let the minutes reflect that it passed unanimously from all the members that were in attendance. Brian, that not on the correct? Hey, Brian.
Brian, you're muted.
Yep, sorry. Sorry, I forgot to click my button. Yes, sir. That is the only thing left on the agenda. I would point out that I know Kathy attached a couple of other documents. I didn't know if she wanted to speak to those things or not. So I wanted to point that out to you as well.
Kathy, do you care to speak to those?
No, sir. I think that the information is kind of self-explanatory. It is just a copy of the number of programs and services that the health department provided, both for Williamson County residents. It's broken down by zip code, but that also reflects a total number of services that we provided for everyone in the state of Tennessee. Because we don't have borders, residents from other counties can come to Williamson County to receive services. So that was what I had attached in there.
Thank you, Kathy. And for everyone's knowledge, Kathy and her team, the Ag Department, Todd Horton and his team, Public Safety Department, we've just done a remarkable job of getting shots in people's arms. It has been confusing at some times. A lot of that is the transition and the changes made in the State Department. But I'm very proud of what we have accomplished here in our county and the oversight of what Kathy and her team have done. Are there any other questions that anyone would like to ask tonight? Well, we'll have one of those short meetings. They're always nice to have every now and then. So my next motion I'm looking for is a motion to adjourn.
T.A. Stillwell, so move.
Proper motion. Gary, are you seconding that?
Second from Gary. Yes, sir.
We'll not take a roll call vote on that. I assume everybody wants to go along with that. Y'all have a good day, good evening. Enjoy the pretty weather we've got today. Have a good day. Thanks.
Thank y'all. You too.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.